We've got a box of Core 2021 and a promo pack of Core 2021 to open. It's gonna be a thing. We're about to do it. There are some good cards in this set. This box is from the future, Core 2021. We are opening this box in 2020. Whatever comes out of this will be unlike anything that we have ever seen before. I don't know what we're talking about. The video starts right now.
Special thanks to our Patreon supporters who power our channel. Check out our Patreon for monthly giveaways, exclusive content, and even a starring role in our fan fight series. Link in the description below.
Hello and welcome to the day. Thank you for spending your time with us. I'm Jake. Welcome back to another episode of Jake and Joel Are Magic. We are going to be opening a box of Core 2021. This product is from the future as we live in 2020. We're also going to be opening a promo pack. So we're going to be opening future products. This is something I just don't understand it, but we're gonna do it. It exists. If you like these openings, make sure to click like, click subscribe. It lets us know that you want to see more videos like these, and also stick around to the end of the video because there's going to be a giveaway. We're going to give a card away that we open in this video. So I guess let's just get into this. Let's crack open a box. I have not opened a box of cards in a while. It has been a minute. A little bit of jostling going around in there. Ooh, there they are. Fresh cards. All right. The first pack, and away we go. Oh, the Thrill of Possibility. What an appropriate card to start off an opening. Thrill of Possibility. Alright. And if you know, at Jake and Joel Are Magic, we slow roll. And the first rare is a Rune Halo, and we do have a foil. It is a Mistral Singer. Rares here, foils here, go lands and tokens. Uncommons. And it is a Terror of the Peaks. We do hit a nice mythic. This is a mythic that I'm super excited about. Terror of the Peaks, 2 red, 3 other. Flying. Spells your opponents cast that target Terror of the Peaks cost an additional 3 life to cast. When another creature enters the battlefield under your control, Terror of the Peaks deals damage equal to that creature's power to any target. Pretty sick. And we have an Obsessive Stitcher. Draw a card, then discard a card. And for a black, a blue, and 2 others, sacrifice it. Return target creature card from your graveyard to the battlefield. Nice little combo piece. We'll put mythics up here. Put our promo pack over here. Foils. Got a land, we got a beast. Let's keep it going. So how is everyone today? How's it going? Just opening packs. What should we talk about? You know, I'm going to do a finance update video. I have one coming up. I want to talk about Grim Tutor because right now it's the race to the bottom with that card, and I really do feel like we need to hold on buying it because I think it's going to go even lower. Oh! What is this? Is this even... What card is this? Liliana, Waker of the Dead. Legendary Planeswalker Liliana. 4 loyalty, +1. Each player discards a card. Each opponent who can't loses 3 life. -3, target creature gets -X until end of turn, where X is the number of cards in your graveyard. -7, you get an emblem with, at the beginning of combat on your turn, put target creature card from a graveyard onto the battlefield under your control. It gains haste. Look at that frame. That is an interesting frame. And we have a foil, Peer into the Abyss. What is this? What even is going on right here? This seems like it's a pretty good pack. Gosh, I hope that we can make this work. 3 black, 4 other. Target player draws cards equal to half the number of cards in their library and loses half their life. Round up each time. I love the art. Love the art on this card. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the sleeve. So far, pretty fun box. Couple mythics in just the first couple packs here. A little bit of a printing error on this turn to slag here. I don't know if you can see that top of the card there. Tormod's Crypt, we're at our uncommons, here we go. And it's a land. Imagine if it had been an interesting land. That's alright. Not going to complain about it. It's just the scry lands are just, they're very lackluster. But I get it, they slow the format down a little bit. I mean, when we have turn 4 Ugin happening. I think there's a foil in here. We have an Unleash Fury. Burl Fist Oak. That's a tree folk. Watcher of the Spheres. Don't let any of the spheres go unaccounted for. Keep track of the spheres. Or this cat will get you. Look at this cat. Other cats you control get +1/+1 and have protection from dogs. Whenever one or more cats you control deal combat damage to a player, destroy up to one target artifact or enchantment that player controls. And it's a foil crash through. You know, I want to take a moment. Oh, that's nice. That's cool. Set that land to the side. Alright, so let's look at it. Foil right out of the pack. Quality looks good. And I'm just looking at the card quality myself here. Yeah, I think as always with foils, you know, you want to just make sure that you take care of them. Sleeve them up. Don't leave them out, because humidity will destroy them. Oh, alternate art frame. Set alternate art frame stuff up right there. Find a shrine. Archfiend's Vessel. Excited to brew with this card. Whenever it enters the battlefield, if it enters from your graveyard or you cast it from your graveyard, exile it. If you do, create a 5/5 black demon creature token with flying. Seems fun. And we find an alternate art. And I like that the stamp is different too. That's really interesting. Garruk's Harbinger. Hexproof from black. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player or planeswalker, look at that many cards from the top of your library. You may reveal a creature card or Garruk planeswalker card from among them and put it into your hand. Put the rest on the bottom of your library in a random order. And we find a foil Fierce Empath, which is actually really cool because this is a great card for EDH. And I have an old busted copy of it from, oh god, what was that set? Legions? Set the foil here. That's pretty sweet. So this is, I believe, the right column of the box has been pretty good to us. I would like to see like one of the cool alternate art cards. At the uncommons here. Pestilent Haze. 2 black, 1 other. Choose one. All creatures get -2/-2 until end of turn, or remove 2 loyalty counters from each planeswalker. This oddly, I really like the versatility on that card. Skyway Sniper. Another Fierce Empath, and our rare is a Shacklegeist. 1 blue, 1 other. Flying. Shacklegeist can block only creatures with flying. Tap 2, untap spirits you control, tap target creature you don't control. Seems cool. And our foil is a Basri's Acolyte. This is interesting. That is definitely a cool frame. Look at all the variants in this set. 2 white, 2 other. I love how they've done the mana cost. Lifelink, when Basri's Acolyte enters the battlefield, put a 1/1 counter on each of up to 2 other target creatures you control. So 2/3 for 4. Lifelink grows your board presence. This seems pretty cool. Neat little alternate art frame. Guess we'll put alternate art stuff up there. We do get a Liliana token to go with our Waker of the Dead. Get out of there, cards. So lots of foils. They have definitely upped the foil count in boxes. Grasp of Darkness. Oh, it's so cool to get to play with this in Limited. This card is great. Alright, Chandra's Pyling. Direfleet Warmonger. Cool card, cool art. Reign of Revelation. Draw 3 cards, then discard a card. At instant speed, this is really sweet. And our rare is a Fiery Emancipation. I'm pretty sure this is a bulk mythic. 3 red, 3 other. Enchantment. If a source you control would deal damage to a permanent or player, it deals triple that damage to that permanent or player instead. This will 100% go in my Karavik the Merciless EDH deck. It's a red-black Punisher. This seems pretty brutal. In EDH 6, I feel like this is definitely the kind of card that in time will go up in value. Enchantments are very nice in EDH. If you haven't checked out our EDH Sleeper series, we're always talking about how enchantments they're like the targets of a lot of EDH players because enchantments are sticky. They're really difficult to remove. So they're very attractive to EDH players. Only a small percentage of the color wheel, only 2/5 of the color wheel, white and green, can answer enchantments easily. And blue, black, and red have trouble with it. Blue can bounce them. But black and red, it's like once it's resolved, you just kind of have to deal with it. You have stuff like Chaos Warp, but... Alright, here we go. Lore Scale Codal. Love this card. Whoa! I didn't what? This got reprinted? Oh my god, this card is amazing. This card is amazing. And this is a card I've seen people tinkering with. Sanctum of All. At the beginning of your upkeep, you may search your library and or graveyard for a shrine card and put it onto the battlefield. If you search your library this way, shuffle it. If an ability of another shrine you control triggers while you control 6 or more shrines, that ability triggers an additional time. I've already seen people tinkering with this. Again, we were just talking about enchantments. I'm telling you, it's a permanent type that is just so attractive to a lot of different players. They're fun to build around. If you can have a bunch of enchantments are so much more difficult to remove than creatures. So if you can have a bunch of enchantments winning the game for you while you just run like board wipe effects, yeah, it's like you're playing solitaire. People just can't deal with it. And nobody wants to play something like Planar Cleansing that's just like 6 mana. It's just too much. Alright, here we go. Jeskai Elder. Freebooter. Like, you're looking at a modern playable card, Pioneer playable card. This is going to be a house in Standard. This card's amazing as well. Eliminate. Destroy target creature or planeswalker with converted mana cost 3 or less. Talk about, like, modern staple. Like, everything in modern is 3 or less. And a Fabled Passage. It's a nice rare hit. We are almost through the first 12 packs of this box. We are opening the 11th pack right now. Find a Hellkite Punisher. So punishing. So Hellkite. Siege Striker. Oh, this card is underwhelming. I mean, if it doesn't get answered, it can do amazing things. Volcanic Geyser, just like top tier limited removal. I would put this at like a pick one. If I open a pack and Geysers in it, I'm probably going to take that pack one, pick one. And a Chromatic Orrery. Wow, 4 mythics? 7 for a legendary artifact. You may spend mana as though it were mana of any color. Tap to add 5 colorless or waste 5 and tap, draw a card for each color among permanents you control. Drawing cards, velocity. People love that. Alright, here we go. 12th pack. I'm gonna take a sip of my beverage. Alright. Let's see, are we gonna get a foil here? Do you feel foil in the future? 9. Nope. Hellkite Punisher. Twin Blade Assassins. Elf Assassin. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died this turn, draw a card. Really good limited. Really good limited card. A Dryad. And our rare is 9 lives. This is a cool card. I love the art on this. There are a lot of cats. Lots of cats. Alright, 24 more packs. We've already had 4 mythics in the first 12 packs. This seems like it might be a box for the centuries to come. It's a Duress. Another Arcfiend's Vessel. Heartfire Immolator. Twin Blade Assassins. And the rare is that cat. Secure the Scene. Defiant Strike. Alternate art frame. Set that up here. Fungal Rebirth. And a Golem. Another Faith's Fetters. And it's a Thieves Guild Enforcer. Is our rare 1 black creature. Human Rogue. Flash. Whenever Thieves Guild Enforcer or another rogue enters the battlefield under your control, each opponent mills 2 cards. Mills is a word. Mill is a word. As long as an opponent has 8 or more cards in their graveyard, Thieves Guild Enforcer gets +2/+1 and has Death Touch. That is the rare, the plains, and this cat. It's cool art. Let's keep it going. Alpine Watchdog. Rise again. Find another shrine. Teferi's Tutelage. Liliana's Devotee. And Radha, Heart of Keld. I'm actually really excited about this card. As long as it's your turn, Radha, Heart of Keld has first strike. You may look at the top card of your library anytime, and you may play lands from the top of your library. What card does this remind you of? I'll give you 3, 2, 1. Oh yeah. Now it is restrictive to Gruul, but the fact that this card is like Oracle of Moldiah leads me to believe that this absolutely has playability. It's really, really cool. I'm excited to see how it impacts the current state of Standard, which is kind of abysmal, in my opinion. It's a Saproling. Ooh, the thrill of possibility. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing with the marketing. This pack is going to be slow rolled in an unusual way. We're gonna go through every single card slowly. We might do this again. Because you know what? Oh, here we go. It's a shrine. You know what? Finish the sentence. Because I said, because you know what? And then I didn't say anything. I want you to finish that sentence. What was I talking about? I don't even remember at this point. Here's this shrine. Here's this guy. This card is amazing and limited. I was gonna glaze over it, but I will tell you this card will just take down a game. It is just nuts how good this card is. Another good limited card and a rare. Sublime art. Really, 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 really cool art. Does neat things too. 2 blue, 4 other. Instant. Choose one or more. Counter target spell, counter target activated or triggered ability. Return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Create a token that's a copy of target creature you control. Target player draws a card. Do you think that people in EDH will like this? I definitely do. Alright, here we go. Card is a little slow for standard, but I don't know. Maybe it'll get there. Defiant Strike. Ooh, we're slow rolling it again. Oh, 2 cards there. And Baby Karavik. Baby Karavik, awful Karavik. Not even close to what real Karavik does. Construct. Like, maybe I'm just gonna do a sound effect video. Judgment. People are gonna be like, God, that part where in the middle of the video he decided to slow roll every card. Gah! Kitesail Freebooter. Gain control of target creature until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn. Add 2 mana of any one color. It's just like any limited treason effect, it just pays you back a little bit of the mana investment. We find a Thieves Guild Enforcer and a shiny Titanic Growth. And a Saproling. You know what? I just thought about it out of nowhere. So we're doing it. I had this little moment in my brain that was like, you know what you should do? You should do the promo pack. Baron, Tolarian Archmage. It's got a little stamp. Little what I like to call a stampy wampy. Ooh. Little alternate border. Eliminate. Oh! Okay. Alright. Yes. Stomping Ground. Modern playable. Pioneer. Standard playable. It has this stamp on it, so because of that, it means something. It has that symbol upon it. I really am excited about the Eliminate, though. I do think that this card is just, and it's not foil, so look at it. Look at it. That's why people want non-foil cards. And then I also think that this card is really cool as well. When it enters the battlefield, return up to 1 other target creature or planeswalker to its owner's hand at the beginning of your end step. If a permanent was put into your hand from the battlefield this turn, draw a card. Let's keep it going with these packs. Hiya! Meteorite, this is the kind of thing that scientists would be interested in. They would want to study this. They would want to study this as well, but from far away from it. Leafkin Avenger works with the Wildwood Scourge that you just saw. They are close friends. This character is in charge, but obviously the Wildwood Scourge does all the heavy lifting. And the rare. Really cool art. I like this art. I'm into the art. There are more packs to come. Destructive tampering. Let's skip some comments on this pack. We're gonna skip some comments as part of the ritual. Here we go. Uncommon. Uncommon. What? What? There are only 2 uncommons in this pack. Wait. That is weird. Alright, well there were 2 uncommons in that pack. And then Heroic Intervention, which obviously is an amazing card. And then a foil Ghostly Pilferer, which is, I'll bring up the image of it, but it's kind of like a Key to the City. 1 blue, 1 other for 2/1. Whenever Ghostly Pilferer becomes untapped, you may pay 2. If you do, draw a card. Whenever an opponent casts a spell from anywhere other than their hand, draw a card. And discard a card, Ghostly Pilferer can't be blocked this turn. So, in anything that wants to discard cards, this is an engine for that. Doesn't even require a tap. I think there's a lot of brewing possibility around this card, and I like that it's a rogue. And it has too many hands! Look at that, it's well on its way. It's still good though. Just gonna get it in the sleeve. Going to protect it. Don't worry, little card. We'll protect you. Oh, it's an elemental dog. It's a unicorn. It's a cancel. It's a village rites. It's a Setessan training. It's a roaming ghostlight. It's a shock. It's a saber-toothed mauler. It's a dub. It's an indulging patrician. Patrician? Why don't I know that word? Why don't I know it? Light of promise. It's a shrine. It's doing what shrines do. It stands. It's a chromatic orrery. A little mythic duplication going on here. Look at its face. Do you see its face? Do you see it? Gains death touch until end of turn. I would rate this at like a 8.5 out of 10 in limited. Invigorating Surge. It's a Hydra. God, imagine being part of a Hydra and wanting any kind of privacy. Gormand. 2 black, 4 other. Creature demon. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature flying trample. When Gormand enters the battlefield, each opponent sacrifices a creature. This card is great. What is Gormand? And it's not legendary, even though it sounds like a name. Gormand. It's not a Gormand, or the Gormand, or Gormand Demon in Charge, which would be a legendary creature name. You should design a card for Gormand Demon in Charge and put that in the comments. Avon, Gaggle Master. And a Ghostly Pilferer. And a Goblin Wizard. Pretty cool token. Look at that guy's nose. It's almost as big as my nose. Goblin Wizardry, that's what this makes, by the way. So this card is that. Do you see it? Alternate frame. Tiny, slight, itty bitty dopamine rush. Look at this dog. This dog is like, I'm ready. At whatever you need. Good card. And you can sack it at instant speed. It's good. This has some playability. Eliminate. And it's a hooded Blight Fang. So hooded, so blight. And an island. Alternate frame. Tiny, slight dopamine rush. Go ahead and put that up here. Another card. More cards. Getting through these cards. Here we go. We make it to a card we haven't seen. It's a Witch's Cauldron. I do like Witch's Oven. These would probably be in the same area. I imagine you would find these in the same household. 1 black for an artifact. 1 black, 1 other. Tap and sack a creature. You gain 1 life and draw a card. So a sack outlet with draw attached to it. I would probably play this in limited. Anything that they go to remove, just like having this as a backup, if you have the extra mana open, just sack whatever they have to remove. Get in with your flyer. Just beat away until they go to remove it, and then, okay, well, sure. I'll draw a card. Get that removal out of your hand. This card's an all-star. I love it. Apparently, anything that has to do with the witch in this game, worth checking out. Heartfire Immolator. And it's a Scooz. We don't need to talk about that card. Everybody knows about that card. Final 12 packs. And we're on our way. I open it. Soldier. Burn Bright. Track Down. Grasp. Slight Dopamine Rush. Very slight. A card that I'm kind of interested in. I do like everything that's going on with this card. Will it be impactful enough to make an impact in any formats? That is yet to be told, but I do want to check it out. I do want to test it. It's these wizards again. Slight Dopamine Rush. Unleash Fury. Into this thing's face. Demonic Embrace. Actually really like this for, it's like a 1 of or a 2 of in like Pioneer Auras. Just something that you can get back from the graveyard if your board gets wiped. Get a threat going. And a demon. We are almost through this box. We have done the opening of the promo pack. We got a Stomping Ground. That was pretty sweet. Let's see if we can get anything here in the close. It's a miscast. Another shrine. So not a lot of shrines in each box. We'll say that. We find a Scry Land. Little temple action. And a foil Ranger's Guile. Pretty sweet. I mean, it's not an amazing foil. It's not even that sweet. Why did I say it was sweet? I'm gonna have to have a conversation with myself later. Hate having to have conversations with myself because I can be really, really, really awful. Here we go. Rewind. Kinetic Auger. It's a Codal. And it's a Spider. 1 green, 2 other. For a 1/4. Reach. Hexproof from blue. Whenever Sporeweb Weaver is dealt damage, you gain 1 life and create a 1/1 green Sapperling creature token. And it's a Swamp. Alternate art. Slightly higher than the slight dopamine rushes we've been talking about from the previous packs that we've opened, containing these alternate border lands. Do you like these lands? What do you think of this land? What do you think of it? Are you into it? It's kind of cool. It's an interesting variant. All right, we have an op. Hiya, hiya. Get past the commons. Nobody cares about the commons. That's what I've learned. They don't want it. Don't try to sell them on them. It's a grub. Look at it. This is a pretty cool card. 2 red for a 2/2. Alright, so it's a bear. Play with the top card of your library revealed. You may cast goblin spells from the top of your library. As long as the top of your library is a goblin card, Snoop has all activated abilities of that card. So in Eternal formats, you play this alongside stuff like Siege Gang Commander, Goblin Lackey, Frenzied Goblin. Pretty cool card. 7 packs left. Can we get a hit? We've got some good mythics. Palladium Mirror. Siege Striker. It's a Havoc Jester. And it's a Ruined Halo. I'm pretty sure we already opened one of these. I think it was our first pack. Final 6 packs. It's a Haze. It's a Griffin. It's a Jester. Joel Rail. I'm gonna link a video in the cards. Joel has made a video. We made a video of some gameplay around this card. It's a pretty cool card. And we find a Plains. A slight dopamine rush there. And a treasure token. 5 packs left. Are we gonna get anything dramatic in the close here in these last 5 packs? Time will tell. Alternate art frame. It's a bad deal. Yeah, opening these boxes is a bad deal. Here we go. And it's another Mastercore. Final 4 packs. Kind of medium here on value so far. We need something big in these last 4 packs, something meaningful, something that is a medium to medium high dopamine rush. Then we'll feel a little bit better moving forward into these last 3 packs. And our rare is a Volcanic Salvo. Alright, so it costs 10 plus 2. This spell costs X less to cast, where X is the total power of creatures you control. Deals 6 damage to each of up to 2 target creatures and or planeswalkers. I'm sure there is some way to bust this card. And we find a foil Kinetic Auger. So not exactly the kind of pack that we were looking for. Let's see if this one can do it. Here we go. It's an older It's the sanctum of shattered heights. It's a Leafkin Avenger, a temple of mystery. Ah, there is no foil. What was the song even for? 2 packs remain. That first column led me to believe this was just going to be such a fire box. Alright, here we go. Find a Cultivate. Find a Light of Promise. We find a Soul Seer. Another Sublime Epiphany. Really like the art on this card. 2 blue, 4 other. I think that this card will be really impactful in EDH. Alright, last pack. This box has been very medium. We really need something big here in the close. Something that will burn bright. Here we go. We're slow rolling it. Oh, slight dopamine rush. Alright, here we go. Can we get a foil here? We need a foil. Let's get a foil going. Warden of the Woods in our rare. It's kind of good card. Chandra, Heart of Fire. I'm happy that we found a mythic right at the end, last pack. Is there a foil, though? That's the question. It is a Sky Scanner. When it enters the battlefield, draw a card. I like that it cantrips. Just comes in and it's like, hello, I am here. And here is this. I've brought it for you. Enjoy it. Enjoy it. I hope you enjoy this. Alright, so here's the most notable rares. Fabled Passage, Rada, Heroic Intervention, Scavenging Ooze, and Conspicuous Snoop. We found 3 Scry lands, which, not going to complain about these. These are not my favorite lands to find when I'm cracking lands in a product. These would be so much more interesting if they were triomes, but not going to complain about that. And here we have all of the alternate art variations that we opened up. Found a playset of Basri's Acolytes. One of them is a foil. And then our mythics were Chandra, Heart of Fire, which is very powerful. As always, we found 2 Orreries, Fiery Emancipation, and an alternate frame Liliana, which is actually really cool, and Terror of the Peaks, which is another card. So a very Rakdos kind of box going on there. As far as foils go, we did find the Ghostly Pilferer, which was cool, and then the Peer into the Abyss. Those were our foil rares. So 2 foil rares in this box, which was pretty neat, but no foil rare extended art or anything like that. So kind of a bummer. None of the special art cards showed up in this box. Well, I mentioned a giveaway earlier, and you know what? There are a lot of people who like our channel that play EDH, and I think that Chromatic Orrery is a great EDH card. We're going to give away a Chromatic Orrery. I'm just going to send it out plain white envelope. We're going to make this giveaway sweet and simple. All you have to do is be a subscriber, and then I'm going to ask you to leave a comment. This is what I want. This is the comment that I want. I want you to explain what is going on in this art. This is Warden of the Woods. It's an uncommon. I want you to explain exactly what is going on, and it needs to be 500 characters. If it is not 500 characters, you will not be eligible to win the Chromatic Orrery. And it can't just be a bunch of random A, B, B, C, C, or just holding down the keyboard. It has to be a good explanation. I want to know what happened here. Tell me, was it a bad deal? Why is this tree folk under fire here? Why are all these animals here? You need to let me know. You need to tell me. I want it to be in the comments. And then a week from when I release this video, we're just going to do the giveaway and I'll send it out plain white envelope. It'll be easy peasy. Other than that, I'll see you later. I'm tapped out.